All right, good morning and greetings from South Georgia, USA. Greetings to the entire world on this beautiful morning of March the 2nd, 2025. I'm going to give you a little update on the fig cuttings and two different ways that I've done them. This tray right here, these are Celeste. And I bought a tree at Lowe's that was a Celeste, and it had lots of good branches, and I cut some of them off and rooted them. On January the 22nd is when I put these in these pots. These pots, you can see the size of them. They're not the huge 9-inch grow pots, but they got a decent thing, a decent size to them. I like these. They're reusable. I've got Pro Mix as the rooting medium. I believe it's pure Pro Mix. I'm not positive because when I first started this, I mixed some of the Pro Mix with some other potting mixture from Walmart. But I have kind of gone to the pure Pro Mix BX and for the rooting. And I haven't wanted to mix anything else in it, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to be consistent. And when I mix other stuff with it, I'll buy that Walmart stuff when it's on sale. It might be Miracle Grow, it might be one of the Walmart brands or something like that. And I like to be consistent. What I'm doing here is straightening these. These here, I'm kind of evening where the, see, right there, you see when I watered it last, it kind of created a hole where the water ran down right around, just around the plant. And I'm going to water these, and I'll tell you, I'm ready to water. Now look how good they look though. Here's another little dip. See the pointer here of my, right there? And that's because when I put the water in, I put it around the plant and it sank in, created a little sinkhole around the plant. And I would rather it be flat on top because I'd like the water to go evenly down. So that's what I'm doing right here. And I'll show you why I'm going to water. Now look how good they look. Now I started these in my little grow room, which I have in the bathroom. This only has one window that receives indirect light. And probably this is unnecessary, but I like the way it looks. A little leaf fell off there. And this one's real bad. Look at this one right here. See how it sank in when I watered it? And I probably poured the water in there out of a little bottle or something and poured it right there in the middle. So I'm going to try to fill that in right there in that hole in the middle. I'm not going deep at all. I don't want to disturb the roots. Kind of cultivate around there. I might not need to do this, but I'm growing several hundred fig cuttings in all, and I have time to do this, to do a good job. I'm not trying to do it commercially or anything like that. Not at all. I think I need something a little longer than this. Let's try this right here. Yeah, I can do it with this little knife right here. I'm just breaking the crust, moving some more soil back to the cutting where the water caused a little hole around there, a little depressed. This one here, you can see it too. See how I poured the water right around there, and this is just me doing this. There's no rule that says you have to do this. These guys are looking real good. I will say that almost all of the instructions that I'm seeing on YouTube is that One of the main problems is overwatering. And the roots begin to rot when you do that. This one here, haven't done it yet. Get this in here. And you know, the roots are not this high up. Now if it sinks in around the plant again, it'll carry a little bit with it. A little bit of... Okay, now, why am I watering this? Well, I can tell that it's light. I can tell that this is very light. You know, it's got water. You can see the plants are good. The leaves aren't wilting or anything like that. And then with my moisture meter, and I have put a piece of duct tape around this moisture meter so that I can stick it in a consistent depth, because the moisture meter measures, see, I'm making it go about halfway down. You see there, about halfway. And I'm trying to be consistent. The deeper you go, there's more water down here at the bottom. So you're going to get an inconsistent reading if you stick one a little further than the other. And there's no perfection in anything that we do. All right, now I'm going to stick it down to where this duct tape is. And I'm going to read just to where the duct tape is buried. And you see that it says the meter is reading, let me get my glasses out. I think it's about 1.5, is it not?
Yeah.
About 1.5. No, it's not even 1.5. It's on 1. Mm-hmm. Okay? And when it gets to 1.5 and all, I feel like it's time. And I can tell these are light. They need a little water. We're going to do another one to make sure that we've got a good reading. Let's just pick this one over here. And I also try to stick it in consistently in the same place. And that's about halfway between the plant and the edge of the cup, okay? And so I try to do that to be consistent. Now, if I run into some kind of obstacle and I stop there and I move it, because that's probably a root growing and I don't want to poke a hole in the root. All right, halfway, go down, come on now, down to where the duct tape is. Look at that. It's about 1.5, isn't it?
Maybe.
Not even 1.5, it's on 1. So I'm convinced that these need a little water, okay? They need a little water. Now I have broken this all up so that the water will kind of go consistently along the whole surface. And this is how I do it. Now, I got me a spray bottle. These I pick up at Lowe's, okay? And I do it by the number of squirts. And I'm going to probably give this, and I'll show you. Let me show you how much it is. I'm going to give it 10 squirts. All right, now, be consistent with this too. You pull it all the way back till it stops. If you pull the trigger only halfway, you're not getting as much water. And this is how much water it is right here. That ain't much. See there? That's how much I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them 10 squirts. And no rule. This is what I've been doing. All right. See? And I try to distribute it around If I just spray it right on the plant, then the water's going to go straight down. But the roots, I want them to go out seeking water. And this spray does reach, kind of spreads out on the entire pot. I lost count. Now, if you were a plant, I'm putting myself in there, I think that would have been a good little drink of water right there. This one here is not acting like it wants to spray good. Now, this is the problem here, is getting in here. It don't act right. It doesn't act like it's doing a good job spraying. See, these are not getting, for some reason this bottle's not getting a good spray. So about half the time it's not squirting quite as much as some other times. I'm trying to be consistent, but one of the problems is this spray bottle is a cheap. Even though it's the one that they offer at Lowe's. Sometimes I give it a couple of extra squirts if my squirt bottle misses a lick. See, it missed two licks. I wish I had a better squirt bottle, but I don't right now. That's what I gotta live with. Now, how did you like spending your Sunday morning watching an old man squirt his fig plants 10 times? That's not a lot of watering, but it's a lot better than it was, isn't it? They look good. You want this is what I've heard now, and I believe it. You want your plants to have to work and spread out to get those. They want to, if you overwater these guys, they'll rot. Now let's see what that difference that made. I'm going to go down halfway between the thing to where the and now we're just barely over 1. But I do know this. They got more water than they had a few minutes ago. Now, when would I know that they're really suffering? These leaves are not wilting at all. That means they've gotten good water. They got a light rain today, didn't they? Now I want to show you one other thing before we quit. Now I planted or rooted some of the same figs in this method here, which is the tote. Now this is on the 23rd, one day later. Same tree, same rootings from the same tree. And you see they're coming, but they're not nearly as vigorous as these right here. And so I'm going to pull one of these out and show you. Okay. I don't see any roots. That's one thing I like about these grow bags. I can see the roots when they begin to develop. I can't see them in there, but I guarantee you there's roots in there because this is looking good. Let's pull this one out. This has got the biggest leaves. Looking down there, I see no roots developing. Yes, I do. Look at that right there. You see that right there? There's a root right there. I guess it's coming out here and going down there. I don't see how it would go up. Okay. Now this right here, I can tell this is very light. And we know the roots are forming. Okay. I'm probably going to water this one a little bit too. I'm going to test this one. So what I'm saying is I like this method, this grow bag method, but it looks to me like these are rooted stronger in these little black pots in this system here. Let's see what we got. We're going to go down halfway. Come on. That wanted to stop. I think I might have run into a root there. That one right there is at 2. So I'm going to say these are wet enough right here. Let me try another one. Yes, these are at 2. I'm going to leave them alone. All right, that's my little update on how I'm taking care of the figs. And so I like this. I can't see the roots, but I know they're there. All right, well, thank you for watching. We'll give you some updates on the figs. And we do want to remember our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, on this beautiful March 2nd day of 2025. And thank Him for everything that He's done for us. And particularly thank Him for coming to earth and dying in our place to give us a chance to believe in Him and have eternal salvation. Thank you.